Peace FM 104.3. Who to meet Taki?
Yes, Grandpapa, that's it. Grandpapa, influenza, COVID-19 pandemic. Many times the politicization of COVID-19. Because baby no matter baby I walk on the divide. Mr. Prophet can say or are they value to my opinion aka one criticize my opinion waka ache nation. I'm there me to the same direction.
Of adding value?
Nah, my add the value to some of the things in can. Grandpapa, you talk about the hand washing, running water, soap, and all of those things, But Grandpapa, no, or a subset of hygienic conditions, sanitation. I think there you can sanitation. Obviously, we have been living with malaria and we are getting used to it. Or a very sad statement.
Peace FM.
Because malaria, you eradicate malaria from your society. So you pay attention to sanitary conditions. Still water. You cleaning your communities. We need to begin to think more on hygienic conditions and sanitation you live in. Grandpapa me be na traffic bi a chimtimini na lungu ade. Na me observe me nuanom a one nam street no. Bebre dwen there they have been liberated. And when they will be take any preventive nose mask and things on the streets. Me share met my academy many buya me do 80% were not protecting themselves. Adio, you're very serious. It seems that president wa organize or bay society mo kakra wa kada 100 people na ze be to my congregate. But Grandpapa time be church or yeah Islamic or yeah religious institution so. Now aja maybe say there the Islamic brothers and sisters, were worship by time. Were worship, relative to time. And it's some reno soonest will come on fire and how they obey my kind 100 people. Because what worship, or relative to time.
Yeah, but I'm sure those in charge of the various mosques will find a way.
Oh, until I raising. We'll be dealing with that. Grandpapa, there's a book we be able to
for now we're more disciplined than
and the book is Tradition and Modernity by Professor Kwame Deji. Now, Professor deal with these issues that a time comes traditional practices and ways now you live on versus another animal be offering modernity. Now, how they be make a transition? In the early 1900s, the influenza epidemic influenza epidemic it gave rise to Pentecostalism.
Pentecostalism.
Yes, the traditional churches were not reacting fast to the epidemic quickly enough for the citizens. And the prayer groups and the tongue speaking and the congregation gave history to how even it was a fundamental shift in our church, the way we used to worship, when we came into contact with influenza epidemic in the early 1900s.
1918.
The same thing is happening now. Since we are now meeting with the coronavirus, there must be a shift between tradition and modernity. There must be a conscious thinking or the dream of quite ways you move forward and how you touch the people. Prophet touched on that one-man religious groups now, and so those groups, why am buying the tenants or the principles now, or guarding the COVID-19 in terms of how you will move it from our society, or are they still focusing on perpetuation of the self? How they will maintain, will be raised the whisker, will be all those things. Are they going to pay attention to the numbers? We have people in the midst of the COVID when everything was banned. They stood up and they were having their churches, and they said that they didn't care about what was happening. And despite the fact that the president had put in the measures, they went against all of this. And we need to be thinking deeply about this. Now, yes, how we are going to deal with that as they arise. Because already in your incubator period of some 2 weeks be to analyze mobile kodo. Then with that analysis, government can take further directives, because as your ongoing experiment. And we need to look at that very well, and how some of these leaders can be brought into understanding Maya Kodo. Then the stigma. Yet Tikromama in your report today, parliamentarians be Then in the same parliament, one side is saying it's true, another side is saying it's not true. In the same parliament. What Prof was talking about, the stigmatization. Even parliamentarians, lawmakers, we are hearing rumors. You knew that were true. Because in the same house, one side is saying there or no quarry. Another side is to say on no quarry. Yeah, what countries are the royal house in the UK, they came out openly to say they have it. The prime minister has come out to say he has it. Other countries are coming out to say they have it. But this culture, those things, the tradition and modernity. We need to deal with the axis there, this tension, arc of tension, or then you dealing with it in the way or transform your society, and it will never be the same again. And we pray not, because we are supposed to develop as a people. Professor Dechiwani book say the definition of culture, having an ability to deal with problems and complexities as they arise. Now, Mr. in brackets, in a timely manner. In a timely manner. And as we go through this, we must look at our traditional ways and practices vis-a-vis dealing with the issues and synthesizing and not becoming the same and moving on. It is very important that we look at it. And then another thing that Prof said that I was even sad that we mentioned Noguchi Osana Ghanaian to you. It took a foreign people. That's why when Prof was saying that we're chasing after foreign money, we must take the decision as the people and look for the funds within ourselves and allocate those funds to issues that are paramount. Research are paramount. And to obey our friend in the Gucci, what do we cut no the bay? Yenya crisis. Obi na our friend in the Gucci, or the Nisika or the bear, only I can rely on. And when there's something wrong, there is something wrong with this picture. As a people, whenever you find that BB are essential to you, look deep within and take that decision and make that move. And we have to stop this east-west thing always coming to save us as a people. We have the solution, we have the ways. And to say, within this coronavirus, all that the president has said, we will listen to. We think that other year expand the concept of sanitation, or the ubiara, for fumigation and our sanitation there, as if it's a one-time activity.
Continuous.
And in that them, I never fumigate them. I say, I try to put this, I fumigate to be one. And some Crawford say, why fumigate marketplaces into as if they're or a baby of the past? It's an ongoing activity. We must add cleanliness. Or there, yes, now you make sure the hot so it's banana ogu foam or at the chem. And na nyama ni there you share no ye thing of the past. And you use this opportunity. Now you change you refine the yenyaba. Me nua akrobi nya me friend na mame during this period, not due to COVID-19. And I work here in 25 number prescribed. Ovi no say nana enyim bibia senka yetum reduce ye na numbers bebre bana account na ye bona odwena nkobaboa. Because within that context, a champagne on my list of the key people that were bay, and I were bay, and away, we so we use and then Kofuna when you got and what the Zoom. And the people Kofu participate with about another 100 people are not one now. This crisis can help us now answer. Nyama be brave where your society. Na the way nyama we order ye change na ya de koyenim na ye make sure that ye maintain a collective oneness na ye invest in ourselves as a people.
Remember
This FM 104.3 Would you mean